So everybody, what I'm going to do, this is the cold open. We're going to go 3, 2, 1 and take it off, but you have to wait all the way till the end of the video to see us take it off. So there you go. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All, or some sort of facsimile of me. I'm with Scott Avatar. Dr. Scott Avatar is with me. Yeah, not creepy at all. I noticed that I also haven't fixed my face yet because it's still got that red ring, but we're also going to add our real selves to the stage, and we are going to talk today about the potential of this guy right here, the Apple Vision Pro, for collaborative work, for actually getting things done, realistic stuff. And hi, Scott, welcome. And bear with us. You know, this is the first time we've tried this. This is a little complicated. And Scott is like, we're all tripping out. We're just like, whoa, what's going on? I'm also recording this in my headset currently in the Vision Pro. So potentially I might be able to mix in some of that. We'll see what happens. But anyway, hi, Scott. What do you think about the Apple Vision Pro? We're not going to do much of a review, but just real quick, 30-second take, elevator pitch.
Oh, it's been an interesting week of testing this out and seeing what the potential is and trying to find what the use cases are. There's going to be lots of them. I'm impressed with the tech, no doubt about it. There's still a lot of rough edges that have to be fixed. Like you and I don't think we figured out how to get our eyes yet. And we got kind of the Ant-Man Wasp kind of duo going on here.
Yeah.
But you can see as I'm moving my head around, the avatar moves around. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Stick my tongue out, that works. The hands are kind of close. And I've scanned my avatar in twice, and I swear, when it can't figure out who you are, it turns you into some sort of facsimile of Tim Cook. So it's like,
we're all just Tim Cook.
I think I look a little bit like Tim Cook.
That's what we are. Tim Cook.
The other thing, John, you said I should try that?
Yes.
Is that freaky?
Oh, it's so creepy when you turn backwards.
Turn backwards, yeah.
Yeah, I would do that myself, except I actually have the battery plugged in because it was getting kind of low. So I figured I'd better plug it in.
The other things to notice, of course, when you get it, you have to take this thing off or else it won't track. And the other thing is this band here.
No,
as you notice, both of us decided to switch over to that. So to me, this is more an example of form over function, because it was like, oh, it looks really cool.
And it feels beautiful. It feels gorgeous.
Oh, it feels beautiful. I mean, and at first you think it's going to be really, it's very easy to put on, and fortunately very easy to detach, to change over. But it's a head vice, because this unit is so heavy. In order for them to keep it and keep it stable, they just like pull it in so hard in order to keep it from falling down. And so with this strap here, you are actually getting the support up at the top. It it lifts and separates, everything here. It kind of helps out.
Where have I heard that before? I've heard that before.
Yeah. And a lot of people think, well, the reason they came up with strap is for people who have like hair buns. That, the hair bun over there, that's the only way to be able to get around there. And it's like, no, it's like, you don't need a hair bun. I wish I could have a hair bun. I don't have that much hair, okay?
Right.
So,
although I have to say, your avatar has plastic head. So
yeah, exactly. It looks, it's max headroom kind of look. It really is. It's like glitch.
There we go. Wait, if I do this, hold on. Let's do that. We'll do max headroom together. It's like, hello.
This is Dr.
Max Headroom. Oh, gosh, we have now officially made everyone is tuned out. If they clicked on this video, they've clicked off by now. I promise we're going to get to something really cool and useful. What we're going to talk about is actually sharing with other people and utilizing this to get work done. Obviously, this is a fun tool. I am going to make an attempt here to, let's see if I can do this. So I'm going to try to share my screen. So let's see, I got to do that. So, yep. Still working on all this stuff. So let's see.
The one thing I've noticed is that, they tell you all you have to do is just close your fingers like this to get something to happen. And the orientation is very important. So a lot of times I just thought I could get away with it being kind of horizontal, and the cameras can't pick that up, and it misses the gesture. So you're really almost better off. Now, you don't have to go out and reach for certain things. You can kind of almost keep your hands down in your lap, and your eyes are becoming the cursors. So you can either move your head over to it, or you can move your eyes. You get a little bit of eye strain doing that. Sometimes I found to get the precision, you almost have to move your head and get on there. And then your gesture is like either this hand or the other hand to draw right. The other thing I found is that you have two types of windows, distance windows and windows that are very close to you. The ones that are far away, you have to use your eyes as the cursor, or you have
Yes.
to get up in the room and walk across the room, but you might be like walking through furniture to get there. So
Exactly.
sometimes you can't
Yeah.
get it. And the only way is you have to kind of use it with your eye. But if you pull the window close to you, you don't have to use your eye anymore, and you can use it like a touchscreen at that point.
Right.
And then I'm much quicker. So you sometimes you will get a virtual keyboard, and you
Right.
can do it like with your eyes and gestures, like look at, there's the A, and there's there's the Q and whatever, and that is like really slow. Or you bring it close to you and then you can change it. What's cool is that the virtual keyboard, you can scale to any size you want. Oh, John, I think you're muted. You just muted yourself.
2 minutes later.
Got
Now
it.
it's really cool with making the keyboard about as big as you want. So if you
Yes.
want, you can almost shadow box when you need to type something.
Right.
Or you can
Right.
just hunt and peck and do something like that. And so the first time I had the keyboard, I didn't realize how to move it around, and it was like quite the workout going around and getting
Exactly.
everything. But the other thing, and this is something that Robert Scoble was pointing out, the audio is incredible.
It is. It's really crazy good.
And
It's
probably
amazing.
everyone's going to notice, wow, Scott finally got a good mic. Yeah, it's called the Apple Vision Pro. So I've been fighting with all this. So we're not using this Yeti here right now. Everything is going right through here.
That's true. And I'm not using this guy.
You sound great. You sound absolutely clear.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
other
it's
thing
amazing.
is noise canceling. There can be all kinds of noise around you, and it does such a good job. So
Right.
again, in one of these tests in Spaces, Robert Scoble was running around with it, and he says, "Oh, there's a train going by right now. Can anyone hear the train?" No. And it's like
Really?
all these noises. No, you cannot.
Wow.
It cancels everything out. So the audio is amazing. It's probably up to the level like what they're doing in the Sphere. They just
Yeah.
And again, what I love is that I'm able to hear you really well. We're not
Right.
getting any echoing, and I don't have these things stuck in my ear.
Right. And
I mean,
also, oh wow.
however, the trade-off is like, now our eyes are like in our face. It's like in this anvil. That's kind of
We
stuff.
look like ants.
Yeah. But at least my ears get to breathe for the first time in a long time.
But
because-
also, if you
yeah.
notice, and probably you can't hear this if you're watching, but if you turn sideways and you're talking, you come directionally to different.
Oh yeah.
my ears.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
you can hear me like different directions as you turn.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try this experiment one more time. I'm going to, because I kind of wanted to point this out. I was like, this is kind of the point of this whole thing. Hopefully it will not crash.
2 minutes later.
All right.
There we
Now
go.
can you hear
Yeah.
me? Okay,
Yeah.
you can hear me probably through this.
Oh,
So-
we're hearing you through that one now. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so-
I don't know. I think I killed the somehow killed the the audio in the other mic because it says it's still there. So I can remove myself again. Let's kill that thing, repaste myself in there.
And are you able to record at all what you are seeing?
I think it's still record. Let me just check. It should still be recording unless it crashed. Yep, it's still recording. So I do have my internal view, and that's actually worked. Now, the problem with this, of course, is that StreamYard is a quote compatible app. It is not a it's not a Vision Pro app specifically, and so I think that's part of the problem here. So
Yes, that's part. And the thing to point out is there's a lot of apps that are missing that you'd expect. So there's two apps in the App Store. One is the Apple Vision Pro, and there's very few there, obviously, because they're still
Right.
being developed. They're more or less examples. And then you can go over to the compatible apps, and you'd
right,
expect to find all the iPad and iPhone compatible apps there, and you'd be surprised to see what you don't find. You cannot find YouTube there. It's not there. I tried looking for the visual components experience because we have that on the iOS, and I wanted to bring that up and see, and I couldn't find this. Like, oh, am I doing
Right.
something wrong here?
right,
And so it seems that there are a lot that aren't going up there because there's probably something that's incompatible with the Vision Pro. With YouTube, it might be some sort of codec or something like that. With us, it might be that we're running under Unity, and
Right.
it's not set up for that yet. And then you have, surprisingly, it's like if you want to see YouTube, you go to Safari and you can watch YouTube videos streamed on there, no problem, just
Right.
without an app.
right,
If you go to X on Safari, you can still go through and look at all the X posts, but if X post has a video in there, it doesn't work. It just freezes up.
right,
And it'll say,
right.
oh yeah, that's typical X kind of thing. However, the X app is underneath the compatibility. And if you download the X app and bring it up, not only does X work in there, but the videos then work in there. So
Right.
I
So
don't know
crazy.
why, YouTube can't get it to work, but X is somehow compatible enough to be able to get it to work, despite the fact that all the issues they've had with the videos and video streaming. So it'll be a while before the App Store, let's say, is complete. You'll be disappointed that you
Right.
can't find something. However, I did see that you can get if you're willing to pay for it, almost all the Microsoft apps that you were looking for, if you want PowerPoint or
Yes.
Excel.
Yes.
I think Teams, there is like a Teams viewer, which is free.
Right.
But if you want to use Outlook and all that, you have to pay for it. So if you want to create your office space, you can still go ahead and do that. A variety of those will still be out there because they're basically 2D apps and you're just putting it into a window.
Right. And this is okay. So I'm going to try this. This is Microsoft Word, which is actually a compatible app. I'm going to attempt to share the screen again and we'll see what happens. That's mirror my
And at
view.
some point, we're going to figure out how to actually immerse ourselves in a common space and get that recorded.
Right. Right.
And that will be kind of fun that you and I will maybe kind of be in the same room.
Yeah.
And we will be able to put up a couple of videos and some spreadsheets if we want and walk over to them and talk about
Right.
them.
Right.
And that could be kind of cool because, it could almost be like, one of those newsroom sets where, the
Yeah.
anchor and the
Yeah,
reporter,
exactly.
and they walk over here to this graphic. Well, you can explain this one here to me, Jim,
Right,
so, oh
right.
yeah, Bob, you kind of look at that there. And so, yeah, we'll have fun. We'll see if we can get that to work.
So, well, I think I can maybe make this work. Because the problem is, I realized what the issue is. We need to be on a FaceTime call because that's currently the only way you can share the screen. And so one option is to remove both of our personas and actually make a FaceTime call, and then I can cut the video in. So maybe let me try that. This will be kind of bizarre. So I'm going to kill both of our personas. So you're going to have to go to your other microphone then, like your regular one. So hopefully that'll work.
Oh, but if we FaceTime, then you'd be using my mic in the FaceTime, right?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I think we'll need to be recording it through here to actually record on StreamYard. So,
yeah, that's
like I said, folks, bear with us. We're working on this. This is all brand new, so we're trying to do something like to
very
test this
brand
out.
new.
So
Yeah.
let me so I'm going to remove you, and then hopefully I'll be able to I'll remove myself first.
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put that. Now, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be in StreamYard?
I was trying to FaceTime call you, but it wasn't picking up. Because what I wanted to do was FaceTime call you and then share the screen so you could actually see what I was doing.
Okay, so should I get out of StreamYard inside of...
I think I can probably just remove you from the stage now. And so I can keep you there.
Now you should be able to FaceTime me. Maybe I just have to pick up.
Yeah, I think so. I just don't know why.
Or maybe I call you. What if I call you?
Hold on. Yeah, that should work.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got like a red thing that's showing. Can I not get to the people right now? Because I'm in a StreamYard thing. Maybe StreamYard's blocking me from being in FaceTime.
Let me try.
So maybe I have to exit.
I'm trying to call you.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Join. There.
Hey. All right. Now I'm going to have to turn this down a little bit. So can you hear me? Okay.
And I'm getting the echoing.
Oh. Okay.
Probably. Okay. Now do it.
You're getting both.
That's because I had my earbuds in there. So let me turn this.
Hey y'all, it's Editor John. A couple of hours later, it turned out that Scott turned off his Yeti mic right at that point, and I was listening to him on the FaceTime call, so it sounded perfect to me, and I assumed that his voice was being picked up in StreamYard. It was not. So basically, we had a half an hour discussion about a whole bunch of things. Probably you're just as happy not to have seen it because we rambled on. We had a bunch of technical problems. You could see by the little 2 minutes later and all that stuff that we had a number of technical problems involved with this. It's a first attempt. So basically we were just sort of torture testing the Apple Vision Pro to try to do things that it was not really equipped for just yet. So what do we need? We need a screen recording that records audio as well. It's ridiculous that the screen recording does not record audio because then that would not be an issue. We also need a StreamYard app. We need Chrome actually to be on the Apple Vision Pro. I noticed that nothing Google based is on the Apple Vision Pro, so that's missing. At least StreamYard should be there. We do have Zoom, so we can try that and see how that works, but that's also just a compatible app. So, there's just a lot of growing pains with all of this, but hopefully this was enjoyable to see kind of how you could start to piece this together and how we could have these avatars that could talk to each other and everything. The original point of this and what you can kind of do without recording it, adding the recording is what adds the extra step that makes it all difficult, is you can share a screen. So Scott could look through my eyes basically, and he could see like that formula, the F1, or he could see a movie screen or something like that. There's like shared experiences that you can do through FaceTime that allow you both to potentially watch a movie or something at the same time, which would be very cool. Need to try that at some point. That is a nice sort of collaborative thing. Certainly having an app where you can both both virtually be in a workshop together and working on something would be really, really fantastic. So all of this is definitely coming. Part of the problem with it all is, again, because it's so new, there's no easy way to record efficiently all of this stuff happening at once. But regardless, we actually got pretty far with this. I would love to know what you all think about the avatars and everything, and what you would like us to discuss, and potentially how we might get around some of these problems. Yeah, let us know what you want, and we will try to make it happen next time. We are learning as you go, so thank you for your patience. And now back to the end of it, where we actually take off our masks and you get to see the marks around our faces. The big thing in my mind is that the playback, of course, the reality playback is not as perfect as reality. So it might be, this is like the world's most expensive goggles. That's like, you got $200 ski goggles? Let me tell you, man. So, okay. I'm thinking,
So here we go. Are we ready to reveal it?
yeah. Okay. So everybody, what I'm going to do, this is the cold open. We're going to go 3, 2, 1 and take it off, but you have to wait all the way till the end of the video to see us take it off. So there you go. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that's bright. Ooh. Yeah, we look a little bit, it's better than it used to be, because I used to be using, oh no, I can't hear you. Hold on. I have to put it back on because I can't hear you. All right. So cool, everybody. Thank you so much. That was actually really interesting that when we took off the goggles, we couldn't hear each other anymore. I was so used to thinking about the fact that it was just normal that I was like very surprised about that. All right. So anyway, let us know what you want us to do. And like I said, we're still, once we get a real StreamYard or apps that are built for this kind of a thing, I have a feeling it'll work a lot better. Right now, it's a little awkward. So yeah. Yep. And so there we go. There I am. Okay. I'm going to, it kept your view, interestingly enough. That is really interesting. So, yep. All right. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.